And we keep things rolling here on the Sports Cubicle. And guys, got a little bit of a story to tell. Let's talk about Tim Breslin. Now, Tim Breslin was one of the first three players signed by the Chicago Wolves. That was many, many, many years ago, maybe even before I was born. I won't tell you my age yet. But unfortunately, in the year 2005, he passed away from cancer after 5 seasons, and he was a member of the '98 Turner Cup Championship squad. Very sad. The Chicago Bulls decided to honor this man by creating the Tim Breslin Memorial Scholarship and Unsung Hero Award, where each year one student receives a scholarship in memory of Tim Breslin, and one player on the Chicago Wolves receives the Unsung Hero Award. And the scholarship winner this year was none other than Maya Dooley. But I wasn't able to get her. But we got the next best thing is we got the Chicago Wolves Unsung Hero, Tim Breslin Unsung Hero Award winner, Ronan Seeley. Ronan, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us today.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for being here. I'm an honor to be on the show. So yeah.
So, Ronan, you're honored to be on the show. Let's talk of the big honor. You just won the Tim Breslin Unsung Hero Award. Now, what does it mean being called an unsung hero to you personally?
To me personally, that's a great question. I don't really think of myself as somebody that deserves that. I don't see myself really as a hero much. I got like heroes in my life, but I'm not one of them. But it's definitely an honor to be recognized by others for that. But me personally, I give all my glory to God for sure in that sense. So I'm very thankful, and it is a huge honor for me and my wife too. But yeah, it's great.
I love a man that is so modest about all that. I'd be bragging right now. I'd be putting, trophies up everywhere. But it's one of those things that leads me to my next question here because the Unsung Hero Award is, I believe, voted on by the teammates. And it's not so much for the work you do on the ice, for a lot of the work you do off the ice. So do you take pride in the things you do that don't show up on the stat sheets? And if so, what are those things that you really do that make you not just a defensive man of the Chicago Wolves, but a great guy all around?
Yeah, I think it's definitely my details. I think that's probably what my teammates see. I especially on the ice, my details I think are what set me maybe apart in that way. Every night doesn't matter if we're up or down, if we're on a losing skid, if we're playing well. Like I try and give my all every single time. And practice too. I try and lead by example in that regard. But yeah, I mean, I get to play hockey. It's not a job to me. I get to play, and it's the greatest job ever. It doesn't matter where I am, and so I try and make sure that my teammates know that, everybody knows that. Like I'm happy to be there. I'm going to give it my all, and so if that bodes well, and if guys notice that and recognize that, then that's great. And it seems like they recognize it this year. So yeah.
We're seeing a lot of that there because I look through the article. We see coaches are saying great things about you. Players are great to say things about you. Even interns are saying such great things about you. When I was an intern, I wasn't allowed to talk to the players. I wasn't allowed to talk to the talent. I had to go sit down. If I got out of line, they made me go clean the bathrooms. I'm going to be talking about myself here. This is all about you. So what are some of the standout things that some of your people in the Chicago Bulls organization have said about you that make you be like, you know what? I can see why I am the Unsung Hero Award winner this year.
I actually haven't read any article or anything. I don't like receiving praise. My dad always told me, quote, growing up, when people praise you, they steal from you, and that just meaning like, it loses. When people praise you, you don't really have that motivation anymore. And I don't think that's the reason I don't really read that stuff. I just get kind of embarrassed, and so I know the way that teammates talk about me, and I can tell in the room. I think people appreciate my positivity and my hard work, and so that's what I recognize. But even if I didn't get the appreciation, I'd still be the same person, because I mean that's just who God has made me. So yeah.
So, Ronan, now I got to ask, now that you're a man in the Chicago Bulls spotlight, do you love it? Are you embarrassed? Or are you still the same Ronan that God made you in, you're what, 23, 24?
23, yeah, 24 in August. I'm still the same, man. I hope there's nothing that can change me. My wife hopes that too. So, but I think I'll always be the same, man. It is an honor, but it doesn't change anything. I have an award now, and that's awesome. And I'm happy I got to honor Tim Breslin's memory, hopefully, and I hope it's in a positive way. But at the end of the day, when I come home, I'm still the same man, and I'm thankful for that too. I'm thankful that it doesn't get to my head or anything, and I'm going to keep working on that.
Now, being a defensive man, we typically see they're not typically in the spotlight. Doesn't seem like it bothers you too much, but you have that nice little A on the side of your shoulder over there. So, what's it like being the assistant captain of the Chicago Wolves as a defensive man?
Yeah, it's more responsibility on a team. You have to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. I'm more of a shy guy, so I don't really, I wouldn't say shy, but I'm more quiet. I lead by example, and I think as a leader, you have to have both aspects of being vocal and leading by example. And leading by example just comes naturally to me. But I think even now, I'm working big time on trying to be more vocal, trying to be that kind of leader as well. And so with the A on your jersey, you have to actually think about those things and try to pursue those things. And my coaching staff has done a really good job of trying to develop me as a leader, which I'm very thankful for. But yeah, there's just more responsibility. But that too is an honor, which I'm very grateful for it.
Now, you say you're developing into that leadership role. I know you've played it back in college. I'm assuming you played back when you were Pee Wee hockey, when you're a little young guy. Have you always kind of been like leading into that leadership role, or is this something new to you?
Yeah, I've had leadership roles before, but like I said, like as you mature, you start to recognize where your team might need you more in, and just different. Every game's different. Like some guys are loud, some games, and like you don't really need to be the vocal presence, but some games it's pretty quiet. You need to recognize that and be able to be a vocal leader, not just lead by example. And I think I kind of struggle with recognizing that, but trying to more incorporate that into my game, but when you're a young guy, you get the captain, you feel sick, but like, yeah, I don't think really much changes. But now that I'm pro and like trying to develop and get to the next level too, it's there's definitely more that you have to think about.
All right, Ronan, I'm going to make you very happy. We're going to stop talking about you. We're going to talk about the Chicago Wolves, who have now made it into the 2026 Calder Cup playoffs. So I
Mhm.
got to ask you, Ronan, what is the vibe in the locker room right now? Because towards that point, obviously the Griffins were going to clinch. They were almost unstoppable this year. I know you guys got a few victories over them. But what is it like now in this vibe of the locker room? You guys are kind of fighting for that spot to get in there. Now you guys are in. So what is the vibe in the locker room going on in the Chicago Wolves organization right now?
We're pumped. We're excited for playoffs. We're trying to. I mean, we've been losing a few games here, and it's tough, but it's a good thing to go through as a team to lose and to have that adversity. So I know that everybody's still excited for playoffs, and we're just working our bags off trying to get there. And um, I think we have some confidence too going in. Like we're a really good team. We got good coaching. We got good goaltending. We're a deep lineup. So we're really excited. At least I am, and it seems like that from the guys I talked to. And so yeah, we can't wait.
Now, Ronan, what's been clicking for the Chicago Wolves lately getting those victories? Because as you said, there have been a few losses. Some fans have seen that. No one
Yeah.
wants to see their team lose, but you guys still managed to get in on that second slot in the playoffs. So what's been clicking for the Chicago Wolves organization? Because I've noticed with the Wolves, when they win is two times the wins. You guys are on fire and unstoppable, or you guys came back and managed to pull off a victory. And I mean, if you're trying to learn from Iceman Caleb Williams, yeah, I'll do the pose right now for the video people watching. I'll get that for that. So what clicks for the Chicago Wolves and what makes this team win when they win, you know?
Yeah, I think it's just we stick to the process. Like our coaching staff is so good, so detailed, and when we for 60 minutes can just stick to the plan, stick to what we know the other team's going to do, and so what we need to do to counteract that or to push forward. Like we just stick to it all the way through, and it's a hard league. It's a really good league. So if you take 5 minutes off, even that can be 2, 3 goals, and that's detrimental in a hockey game. So when we're able to just press all the way through right to the final buzzer, then that's when we are dominant, and that's when we can, really show ourselves as a top tier American Hockey League team. So,
And do you feel like your role with the Wolves is going to change at all going into the Calder Cup playoffs this year?
I hope not. I've got a big role right now, and I'm thankful for that. So I want to. I mean, I love hockey. I like playing, so I want as much ice time as I can for myself, and so I hope I continue to perform well and have that big role. But at the same time, I'm a leader. I'm supposed to lead by example. So if I have a smaller role or a bigger role, I'm supposed to accept whatever that is and just give it my all. So.
And I know the season is not over yet, but Ronan, as of right now, what was your, I guess, favorite game or favorite player, favorite moment of this season?
Oh, that's a great question. Um, I mean, honestly, winning that award was pretty special for me this season on a personal level. Um, So I think that would be. I haven't really won an award like that in this organization at least, and that was really special for me and my family.
And is there any, I'm just curious now,
Yeah,
is there any, I mean, I know hockey players, I know athletes, they're all a little
yeah.
superstitious. Are you or any of the players on the Wolves superstitious? Is there any pregame routine you guys got to go through before hitting the ice other than, playing
Yeah.
Kickstart My Heart?
Yeah, I think everybody's stitious to an extent. I think the goalies are really superstitious. I personally try and get that out of my game when I was younger. Like if I didn't have a good pregame nap or something, I would be all in my head. So now it's the opposite. I try and just be more relaxed and get good warm up and whatever. So me, I'm not overly superstitious, but I know yeah, a good chunk of our team is definitely superstitious. I wouldn't be able to name you every one of them, but they're definitely superstitious.
Talked about you, Ronan. We've talked about the Chicago Wolves. By the way, we're joined by Ronan Seeley, defensive man of the Chicago Wolves, and 2026 Tim Breslin Unsung Hero Award. Now, Ronan, I want to ask you about the city I love, the city of Chicago. And yes, the Wolves technically play in Rosemont, but what's it like playing in Rosemont slash Chicago? We have this history of the Chicago Blackhawks. About 10 years ago now, they won their third Stanley Cup in the, in stand right there. So Chicago's kind of, been a really big hockey town, and we see the Blackhawks haven't been playing the best, but we still have the team here. And you're on, I mean, I know the Wolves are with the Carolina Hurricanes. So what is it like playing in the city of Chicago, this big, kind of hockey town that has a big vibe, but hasn't had it, so great in the pro leagues, in the pro level in the past 10 years?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really. This is my fourth year here with the Wolves. I don't think I really appreciated living in Chicago, like kind of in or Chicago area at all until this year. And me and my wife, we've absolutely loved it. I mean, we've really grown to love the city, and we got connected in our church, and like we've met some great people, and got some great recommendations downtown to go for dinner and all that stuff. So we've tried to make the most of it this year. But it is really special to just even just to say I play in Chicago, like it's a city everybody wants to visit. It's really quite something. Yeah, I've loved it.
And you want to share any of those special spots in Chicago that have been recommended to you or that you'd recommend to our listeners?
Yeah, I went Las Scarala. I could be saying that wrong. It's like a small Italian spot downtown that's it's just like I don't know. It feels very authentic. It's tiny. It's really good. Trivoli Tavern we went to a couple of weeks ago, which was awesome. We got to go to the Navy Pier. We always love going to the Navy Pier. There's a sauna on the Navy Pier, which me and my wife did, which was really fun. It's kind of unique, but yeah, we've done a bunch of stuff down there. It's been awesome.
Ronan Seeley, I feel like we could talk to you all day, but we do have some time. So I just kind of, if I could talk to you, I'd talk to you all day. But Ronan, just want to go in your final question here. Wolves are going to the playoffs. What is your message for all the Chicago Wolves fans?
Be there. We're gonna give it our best effort, and yeah, I'd love to see everybody there. Allstate Arena.
Ronan Seeley, if any of our listeners want to find out more about you or get in contact with you, where can they go?
The Chicago Wolves website, I'd assume, and then I mean, after games, if you want to come say hi to me, I'd love to say hi. We always have a couple fans waiting there, and yeah, love to see you there.
Ronan Seeley, he is the 2026 Tim Breslin Unsung Hero Award. And I think he is the unsung hero of the sports cubicle right now, as he's been so dang modest. And you guys know us. We won our first award. We had it on there for the entire year. So Ronan Seeley, one, thank you for being modest. And two, thank you for taking time out of your day to be with us. Do you have any closing words for our listeners?
No, no, just thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Ronan Seeley, 2026 Tim Breslin Unsung Hero Award, and the defensive men of your Chicago Wolves going into the 2026 Calder Cup playoffs. Should I give a how? I tried my best, guys. We got more coming up right after this.